How's it going, guys? Your boy Salty Uchi here, Red Hair Kaneki, 2/3 of the Golden Triangle, Anime Late Night Podcast. Yeah! Shouts out to Senju. Here to do Dragon Ball Super episode 126 anime review. What's your thoughts, my dude?
Before anything though, I'm just gonna say I feel kind of disappointed. I feel kind of betrayed by the episode. That's all I'm gonna say for now. I'll let you say how you feel about it. Then I'll add on later.
Okay, well, you want to get into specific part? Like, you have a specific part that you...
No.
Alright, so he's gonna do this. Alright, so let me get it started. So, the episode's, basically, we kind of got cheated because they basically gave, the first, 5 minutes was basically what happened last episode in 125, where, Frieza's still getting squeezed like a fresh, is getting the squeeze, like an orange, some type of grapefruit, whatever citrus, and, gets booted and whatnot, gets a rock basically ricocheted off his ass, and then lands off to the side. 17 decides to take up the fight, and decides to go ahead and take up the fight, which I give him credit, first off, him seeing the weakness in the whole destruction, power with the boulder, that was clever, because in truth, when Toppo actually hit that boulder with his destruction energy, the whole boulder should have just disappeared. And it didn't happen that way. It only made that hole and then he walked through it. So 17 peep game and was like, oh, I could probably use this to my advantage. So after a bit of cat and mouse, he eventually had him in a position where he had Toppo do it again. This time 17 blasted the top of it to have it collapse on Toppo. Now yet again, I have a problem because Toppo had that destructive energy around his body, so in truth, that all should have yet again disintegrated as it touched him, but it didn't. Toppo had to blast it off himself. I'm yet again disappointed by that in a lot of ways. With that also being said, right when 17 puts a pretty decent fight, Toppo gets the best of him, and right when Toppo's like, game over, son. We see that a boulder gets thrown at, we see a boulder get basically cast at him, which basically a mirroring of when 17 ricocheted that rock off Frieza's ass, and it is Frieza, and he's relatively in good shape. Yeah. He's in better shape than I gave him credit for. And my man was like, "Oh, you're just gonna toy with me and that's it, huh? Nah, you're gonna finish what you started." So, to be honest, he got him into that paralyzing field, and I thought that was a nice way to contain him, but 17 probably should have, I don't know, someone should have came in for the assist there. Didn't get it.
Well, 17 should have covered that paralyzing field with his orb.
With his field. He could have done that too, or his barrier. But either way, so he has him paralyzed and he's like, can't move now, huh? What are you gonna do? He does his rock levitation, tosses at him, Toppo don't care. Frieza gets even more pissed, Toppo breaks out of it, and basically starts just going crazy with the fireworks. Now, I do like the fact that Frieza and 17 were basically deflecting or canceling that out. That was actually pretty sick. So that was certainly an interesting part of it. That was some pretty good cohesion. Better than Gohan and 17's slight team up. That worked out a lot better. Now, we get into something a bit more complicated. So, as the fight carries on, interestingly enough, Jiren is obviously going 2-on-1 still, and he's getting the look on his face. He looked visibly frustrated. He looked not necessarily pissed off, but he looked annoyed. And it's funny because every time he did a move with his hand, and you saw that
shockwave.
Yeah, that circular blast come out. Toppo's energy didn't dissipate that. So does that mean that obviously that means that there was attacks that Toppo couldn't cancel out, which we end up seeing later. But that was the early prelim of it. And eventually, Toppo and Jiren ended up... Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Jiren ends up throwing basically a huge energy ball. Vegeta and Goku get out of the way. Somehow, some way, Frieza and 17 get hit. Apparently, they forgot the dodge class too. Piccolo's dodge class. Everybody's worried about them. Next thing you know, Jiren and Toppo take this opportunity to split up. So when Vegeta was getting ready to get a piece of Jiren, Toppo comes in and says, I'm your opponent. Okay, so I'm happy about that. There's a lot of people that are actually relatively pissed off at the fact that Vegeta went against Toppo. They said that it was unneeded, it was unnecessary. I'm not calling anybody out by name, but that's how they felt. To be honest with you, this is the fight we should have wanted. Like, this kind of closes the loop. So, yes.
As a Vegeta fan, though, are you sure you should?
I'm not satisfied. I'm just saying, like I said, I wanted 2 more episodes. I wanted 3 episodes total, but it is what it is. But anyway, this as it pertains to these 2, that's the conclusion we should have asked for. That most of us wanted, I should say. I understand people have their reasons. Anyway, so Toppo's getting the best of him a little bit, but I also, as you notice, Vegeta's kind of canceling out a lot of his destructive energy later on. Like when he did that final flash and his energy didn't dissipate like we saw with 17's, that was a problem. Like obviously, you know, the Super Saiyan God is on some level or on some wavelength to destruction energy.
They got God keys.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. So when Toppo ended up beating that and whatnot, and then they have their little exchange, which was important because this shows a lot of growth in Vegeta's character. When he's like, it's funny how you were talking about justice, and now you're talking about just destroy. It's a pretty big change, isn't it? And he's like, if it doesn't help me save my universe, it's useless. What? What kind of fucking logic is that? Oh, all right, whatever. So, like I said, Toppo ends up doing his thing. He ends up catching Vegeta slipping, kind of. I was saddened by that. Vegeta goes through a bunch of boulders and then just kind of collapses into that large one. And Vegeta's thinking to himself, like, cast off everything unnecessary. We get the flashback of Bulma, Trunks, and Bra, or Bola. It's Bra, son. And then we get the flashback to Kaba. And then, obviously, the most important thing, Pride. And then next thing you know, Vegeta was just digging in his ass. Like, no pun intended. Like, quite frankly, after that, it was a shitstorm after that. Like, Toppo couldn't do shit right. To where Belmont was basically like, destroy everything, just don't kill him. Like, stop fucking around. Destroy every single thing, just don't kill him. And next thing you know, Vegeta's punching through his destructive attacks. Like, no problem. Like, cleaning that shit up.
I like the little aura thing he did around
his hands, yeah. Like, he just completely beating the shit out of him when it came to that shit. And then next thing you know, I like the flashback to Boo with that with the destruction field, the self-destruction field. He didn't need that much energy though. You can tell at that point he didn't need enough to. What he did was kind of overkill, but that's Vegeta for you. But he didn't need that much energy to finish Toppo off. Like when Toppo put everything into that attack, and you can tell by the tattoo on his chest, glowing. Yeah, you can tell he put everything into that attack. But Vegeta didn't have to go balls deep to kind of finish the job off. Like he probably could have used a quarter. He could have cut off a quarter of what he was using and finished him off. No problem. You know what I'm saying? Pound cake.
Not like that. That shouldn't matter because next episode he's still using the blue form. So.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. Like, I just felt like it was a bit of overkill. But then again, when the destructive energy like looked like it overtook his orb, and then Vegeta just blasted out of it, and Toppo got basically fried. That shit was hilarious, son. Hilarious. That part was dope. Piccolo. I respect Piccolo's game on that because it's like, oh shit, you're gonna destroy yourself again? You're gonna self-destruct? And then when he lived, it was like, oh, that shit's godlike. Now, here's the funny part. If you look at how Vegeta is now, top armor is basically gone, so all he has is like the bottom half of his boots and shit. It's funny because like 2 months ago, we started seeing Ultra Instinct Vegeta looking that exact same way. So we'll talk about that in speculations, but I thought that was an interesting catch. But I didn't like Toppo's character. I didn't like how he was kind of illustrated just casting off everything that he had believed in. Like, dude, you have a group named Pride Troopers, son. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's supposed to be justice all day.
Well, I mean,
damn.
Not like that should matter now, because they decide to make Jiren a fucking savage.
Oh yeah, let me get to that. So at the end, So at the end, right, when Toppo ends up getting there, Despo's obviously concerned, which, you expect that. So he picks Toppo up and he's like, Jiren, we got, all hopes on you, so on and so forth. Jiren looks up at Toppo and was like, bitch ass, punk ass, mark ass, I expected better out of you. That's it? You're a disappointment. And Toppo was like,
And I don't like the way they do that to Jiren's character.
And Despo was like, what? But Goku was like, Jiren, what are you saying? He was like, roundhouse kick. Roundhouse kick. Ah! He gets kicked, and he comes up on Vegeta like a savage. He was like, you were able to obtain that power without casting aside anything? You defeated Toppo. Well done.
Now let me show you my power.
Yeah, he's like, feast your eyes on this. Now the question is he going full power, or is this like his hidden power that he might be holding on to? Well, don't talk about speculations. But I will say the way Belmont grilled his ass was fucked up, because Margarita was like, well done, Toppo. Fucking the Supreme Kai is like, damn, I thought it was impossible for you to get beat. And then Belmont was just looking at him like, punk ass, mark ass, trick ass, cock. Anyway, Toppo's not a cuck, but goddamn, dude, like, he got shitted on hard by Jiren, and I don't like that. That's a terrible development of someone's character.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad enough that they made Toppo go that way. It just seemed less honorable. There was nothing to it. But then you made Jiren like a jerk. Not even a jerk. You just made him a dick.
No, they made him into a typical villain.
Well, I wouldn't say he's a villain yet. I just feel like...
But the way they do it, they're portraying him, he just seemed like a typical cliche. It's like, hey, this is my power. Can't hold a candle to it. And then they're probably gonna have fucking Goku Vegeta beat him.
Probably
some bullshit.
Probably have the fusion.
On some bullshit.
Probably have the fuse, bro.
Like, on some bullshit.
With 4 minutes left on the clock. And that was it. That was the end of the episode. He says, feast your eyes on this. He powers up, and we'll go ahead and get into previews now. So, the preview for 127, we see Jiren with like this fire-like aura, and shit's about to get real. Basically, I mean, that's about as cut and dry as it gets. I still don't like it though. Like, I still don't like it. I feel like we were cheated. Like, we were copped out as it pertains to his character. Both of them, actually. Like, I was hoping I already felt a certain type of way in 125 when Toppo started like get power hungry. Well, not power hungry, but like he started going crazy with the destruction orbs. But like in this one right here, like, when he got beat down with like no real resistance. And everything, and then what you saw at the end was just straight desperation. Like, Toppo has been built up as a better character than that. I don't know, I'm disappointed by that. And then Jiren's just a kind of a whole nother, that's just some next level shit in itself. What about you, man? What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I felt, most of the episode was good, don't get me wrong,
yeah.
But I just felt like disappointed. Pertaining to the Jiren, not Jiren, Toppo's and versus Vegeta, I kind of expected it to be a little bit longer. Kind of hope it would be, maybe at least 2 episodes.
Right.
Just kind of like flesh out both of their characters even more. You know, like they could have done so much more with Toppo's. Vegeta stuff, I think it was fine. Like I say, they could have used the 2 episodes if they did to just flesh out Toppo character and then conclude it.
Right.
But they got, I guess in my hands, did this rush job.
That's what it feels like.
So I'm like, whatever. Jiren character, like I say, like I felt like they go in that cliche shonen-ish route with him, and I'm not feeling it. Because like when we first met Jiren, like he seemed like this like fucking not stoic, but like this hard ass stone face guy.
Right.
Which is like he doesn't talk much, but he gets shit done.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he doesn't seem like the type to brag about shit.
Nope.
But
then
whatever.
But then at the end you turn him into an asshole. Like, why? Like, now you're just kind of, is this how they justify his power almost?
Like, I just hope they stick to the manga's character of Jiren, because in the manga he seemed cool. So, whatever.
We'll see. Anything else, buddy?
Nah.
All right, guys. So, like, for me, like, I don't know. We haven't used the grading scale in a while, but like, I don't know, man. I'm looking at like a 7 out of 10, bro. Like,
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Just because of the Vegeta stuff and the flashback to the Blue arc was cool.
Yeah, that was cool, but like, they completely shitted Jiren and Toppo's characters, and I'm not feeling that, bro. I'm not feeling it. But it is what it is with that.
Hey, bro, gotta appease the hater, you know? Gotta appease the people who send death threats, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people who doesn't like Jiren and Toppo.
Yeah. I never had a problem with Toppo nor Jiren. I thought his power was kind of crazy, but I don't really hate him.
I know that's a lot of people that don't like Jiren and Toppo, just because of how overpowered they are.
Well, R.I.P. to Justice Dab. All right, guys. So this is our anime review of Dragon Ball Super episode 126. Thank you very much for listening in. We'll see you guys for speculations and discussions for 126 and 127. Yeah, we will holler at y'all later. Peace. R.I.P. to Justice Dab. I just feel like we got cheated, bro.